broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first. Perfection, expect nothing else. Do you like to make yourself a hot cup of coffee to start your day? We have both whole bean and grounded. Also great for all you iced coffee if not a hot kind of person. Even make yourself a frappe to quench your thirst. The best tasting coffee with espresso. It's only $18.99 plus taxes for a 12-ounce bag. Buy 1 to 5 bags and shipping is only $7. If you spend over $100, shipping is absolutely free.
Hey, good evening and welcome to Halas Report. It's week 6. It's London calling. The Bears are in London. And we've also got, of course, we're all tracking the hurricane right now. Thank you for those who are actually watching us. I'm actually here in Florida tracking the hurricane. I got a lot of people down in the area. A unit I used to command is in Lakeland, actually. And, they all live in the Tampa area, so I'm tracking them and some others. But we're also tracking football this weekend. Other note, along with the hurricane, though, none of the Florida football teams have a home game this weekend. All are away. A week from Monday, Tampa Bay will host Monday Night Football, though. I would suspect that the hurricane is not going to affect them hosting the game at Raymond James. But the eye wall is closing in. Charlotte Harbor right now is got about 3 to 4 foot of storm surge, and it's like a raging river behind Jim Katori right now. And he's in a parking garage. It's ridiculous. But hey, Bears are already in London. Woody, I know you've been watching, and I know you probably like I were pretty damn shocked at the news we got when they flew out Monday.
Yeah, Brisker not going to be there. He put a hell of a hit on. He's in concussion protocol, so we're going to miss him, but he did a hell of a job again on Sunday, and hope all works out with him.
Yeah, we were talking on the morning show. We had to find out Monday night as they were boarding the plane to go to London that he had this concussion. Yet, for Justin Fields, we have to take you out of the game for a couple plays to make sure. While he's sitting there having a normal conversation with the referee, because the guy in the booth, 300-400 feet away, said, from my vantage point, a few stories up, he needs to be looked at. And they didn't even look at Brisker after he literally knocked the dude out.
Right. I mean, literally knocked the fuck out Tremble. Yeah, that was a hell of a hit, and I was waiting for a call, but they kept replaying it, and Tremble, he ducked his head first. So I remember how they, they were going to call that, even if the offensive player dips his head too, they're going to call a offensive penalty on that. But as long as everybody's okay, that's all that matters.
Yeah, that's still hate to have that be the way we find out as they're getting on an airplane to get out of Dodge. A couple other guys didn't travel. I'm sorry, I've been a little sidetracked today. Don't have the injury report, but I do remember seeing, besides Brisker, two other guys that didn't travel. I think everyone else traveled. They held a press conference today, which of course I didn't catch. I've been too busy tracking the hurricane. Just so you guys know, the viewers, yes, I'm in Florida. No, I'm not anywhere close. I'm up in the Pensacola area. So for us, it was a beautiful sunshiny day. It was actually a gorgeous day at this part of Florida. But Florida is how Florida is, and we all track it in Florida.
Yeah, prayers out to my sister, my brothers in Georgia, and my father-in-law is down in Largo, Clearwater area. So hopefully everybody's, being safe, evacuate if possible, be safe down there.
Well, if you haven't evacuated, it's probably too late. So now you just got to hunker down, be safe. Clearwater is going to take a pretty nasty little hit. It looks like the eye is going to be south of Clearwater, which is not kind of great for Clearwater because it's a north heavy storm. So the north side of the storm is going to probably take a lot of damage, which is going to be Clearwater, it looks like. Also, Orlando is going to take a direct hit. By the time it gets there, it'll probably be a Cat 1. They're kind of used to that. And actually, everyone, if you're from Orlando, you know what needs to happen. We've given the assignment, will this hurricane fail? The I-4 eyesore probably will still be sanding, unfortunately, when this is over with. But big storm affecting a lot of players in the league who have family here, and of course fans in the league. A lot of NFL fans, obviously in Central Florida. This thing looks like it's going to follow the I-4 corridor straight north.
What's up, Matt? How you doing?
Good evening, Matt. So yeah, Bears at a press conference today. No practice schedule, day off. Actually, there was a funny tweet. And of all things today from a Bears player, you could tell they had the day off. Let me find it. Buried amongst all the storm crap I got.
They didn't practice today?
No, today was the day off. Today's their day off.
Because it said they did. Like Kyler Gordon left practice.
No, they had a walk through or something, but it wasn't like a full practice. But
Kyler Gordon left practice because of his heel. Tevin Jenkins, his ankle, left practice.
Yeah, about 5 hours ago.
Yeah.
About 5 hours ago, Kyler Gordon was on Twitter or X asking, "Where's the best food in London?"
Yeah, so I guess he traveled. That's good.
Yeah, he traveled
because he had a hell of a game too. My players of the game, dude. That offensive line did a hell of a fucking job, and we don't see much of this. We don't see much. We don't say much of this. Giving props to our offensive line, but goddamn, they played good. A little bit, the penalties started picking up in the second half, but overall, they did great.
You watched some of the replays, like the second touchdown to DJ, the pocket. What a pocket he had to throw from.
Exactly.
I mean, he had.
And that ball was a unicorn right there, boy.
That was a dime laser. Just Jesus. But people will say, yeah, but look who you played. No, the offensive line is also getting better. The offensive line is improving. Did you say Cedar Key? No, Cedar Key should be way north of what you're talking about. I'm kind of keeping an eye on the storm in case your sister's there.
Sorry, bud. It looks like your hair went through the storm already.
Yeah, I know. I need a haircut. I get hippie hair too. Dude, this storm is ridiculous. We got Lieutenant Dan. If you haven't heard about him, he's all over social media. The guy who won't leave his boat. Paul Goodlow, he is in Sarasota. He's got a guy on a super yacht, or on a yacht. It's not a super yacht, but it's a nice big yacht. This dude rode out Hurricane Maria in Puerto Rico, Helene, and now he's driving out Milton in this yacht. Like, crazy, dude. It's crazy.
Jesus.
Yeah. But these offensive line.
I guess he's a storm chaser.
I think he's from Tampa. Just happened to be down and it caught some bad luck to catch the other one in Puerto Rico because we had Michael. He probably went down there to escape Michael and then got caught because Michael had hit just before. Got caught. But anywho, the offensive line is getting better. It's improving. We're seeing the cohesion getting there, the communication. The flags, actually, I think like one of the few penalties they had was even on the line. It was on wasn't it on Greg Olson or someone else for a block?
You mean
Not Greg
Komet? I
Olson.
wish
I
you
mean
still had
Cole
Greg
Kmet.
Olson.
Yeah, Greg Olson, guy I'm thinking way back when. Wasn't
Because he
didn't Cole
played for
Kmet
both
get
teams.
flag? Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't Cole Kmet draw a flag? I think it was
Yeah.
Cole Kmet had a flag.
Yeah.
Carolina isn't known for having the best defense this year, but they're not bad. I mean, they just beat the Raiders. They can beat a team.
Right.
But it'll
And
be interesting to
Swift,
see how
and with that offensive line, it opened up holes for Swift, and Swift had another great game.
he did. And we got Keenan Allen got a ball, Rome got a couple balls, DJ got hot. He didn't have to throw as much either.
Even
Yeah.
Everett caught his first pass.
Yep, Everett had a nice play. So the offense, now we're starting to see what this offense can do with protection. Like I was saying early on, it's just been a matter of protection. So hopefully this can continue. I for my player of the game though, yeah, I kind of have to go with you. I'll have to agree with you on this one and give it to the offensive line.
Wow.
They just, I mean, they did look at, they got the assignment, right? And they improved dramatically. I didn't look at the PFF grades yet, but I'm sure, I know they were better. I think they're almost high 60s, low 70s. Fort Myers is really getting surged now.
Yeah, Fort Myers gets hit all the time.
They just got hit
right on the golf.
Well, they didn't even get hit by the hurricane last time. They just got like 6 feet of storm surge, and they were a ways off for Helene. Now they're going to take a direct hit, but the storm surge there might not be as bad as what they're saying. It's going to be more where Jim is at. But Milton is about to make landfalls. I'm watching it on the radar here. Probably in the next 10, 15 minutes, it's going to make landfall.
I wanted to ask you, what do you think Simone thought of her man dropping the easiest interception that he would probably ever get? Now I know why DBs are not receivers, and I always blame last year's sweep to Detroit on Jalen Johnson, that easy pick six. But
yeah,
Jonathan Owens gets the Woody. Come on, man.
I guess when she had to go to the medal collection to give him a medal for that performance, he took home the bronze.
He married her just to make a name for himself.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
At least she had the right jersey on this time.
She's got more muscle than he does.
But yeah, I mean, that's probably
Cody on fire tonight.
You love me.
Yes,
we do.
But overall, all consistency of special teams, defense, offense, everything was agreeable, coping together. So
defense still get what they get 3 turnovers.
Let me see. Turnovers.
2-3 turnovers. I mean, they're producing. I think Green Bay still leads the league. I think we're second. Right?
We're third.
Or third behind Minnesota.
Yeah.
So like all three north teams are leading in takeaways.
And the offensive line and the offense. I mean, even Caleb, man, he was getting out of trouble running for first down. He only got sacked once.
Yeah, I think the thing I've noticed about Caleb in this last game, besides his ever rising QB rating, because his QB rating was what 120, I think it was this time. It was up there. His grade, his scores going up and up and up every game. But was
126. His rating was 126.2.
Yeah. When he's getting pressure, he doesn't look as flustered. Like the first couple games when he get pressured, there was kind of like you felt like he was flustered, like it was like this time he felt like. And watching him in the game this week is like even when he was getting chased out of the pocket, it just looked like he was in more control. Does that make sense?
Right.
Like it wasn't like, oh my God moment. He was like, okay, I got this, I'll do this, and I'll go that, and it seems so chaotic.
And the Caleb Moore, the Caleb Moore connection. He had 105 yards, I believe. 2 touchdowns. So Komet, I think he was our second best receiver. He had like 55, 56 yards. So it's offensive line. Offensive line couldn't. These numbers for the receivers and stuff wouldn't be there if there was the offensive line didn't do their job.
Yeah, they definitely. Oh wait, do I have a captain? Up for those interested, as of 12 minutes ago, Captain Dan's boat is still hanging in there in Tampa. They have a picture of his boat, still a dock. He's still attached.
Did Forrest
Steve.
jump off yet? Did Forrest Gump jump off yet?
No,
His mom was
that's the name everyone's giving him is Lieutenant Dan.
Daytona
has
I don't know,
Daytona
Matt.
Bob.
He might be coming around, but it's tough. I'm thinking, playoffs, but I mean, I think if Fields was here with this firepower offense we have, I think I can get in here and do it if the offensive line works out with all this receivers and stuff like that. Swift's helping Caleb Williams out a lot too. So
all the veterans are.
I'm not there yet, Matt. I'm not there yet.
He's getting there, Matt. I can already tell in his voice.
Yeah.
He's getting there. But you know what, though? I mean, look at the off-platform sidearm throws. I mean, people are comparing him, of course, to Patrick Mahomes again. I won't go there.
No.
But you're starting to see what Holes envisioned in him. I think he's better than Fields right now. I think he's better.
I like the little, intensity, a little scruffle at the end. Pryor threw a little punch there. So
we'll see if he gets fined tomorrow.
Yeah,
fines come out tomorrow. I'm sure he will. If I get what's that, $11,000 fine, whatever. Pryor played really well.
So did I.
Yeah, Matt, you did say 10. Yeah,
I said too. 10-7.
We should get another one this week. We'll get into this week's game in a minute. But we had the offensive line. Offense is getting better. The defense, is there anything, hey, the Rook got his first sack.
Yep. And hats off to Mike, Bear Down Mike. He said Austin, he would have his first sack, and he did.
He got it, yeah. Defense is, I'll tell you what, though, watching Gervin Dexter, we were watching him become an all-pro right in front of our eyes, are we not?
Right. You know who else? That Billing sack on Dalton. Yes. Dalton was like, "Hello, hi, nice to meet you." When his ass was on the ground, that was a.
Hey, my old friend, I haven't seen you in a while. Did you really have to land on me like that? Yes, I did.
Yeah,
they used to be teammates. They used to be teammates back in the day.
And I was on defense. I was impressed with Stevenson. He had a couple nice bat downs. Yep. So everybody's playing well right now. Just got to keep it up.
But I mean, when you look at the Bears' defense, who are you going to throw at? He is, and by all rights, I mean he is the lesser of the corners and safeties to throw at.
Right.
But if you look at his level of play, as much as they go at him, their success rate on Stevenson is not that good.
No,
I think he's scoring in the 70s for PFF. He's got a good PFF grade, so he's getting the job done, and he's the guy they're going after because you can't go at JJ.
No,
so he is playing really good ball. I think, yeah, he's and his hits, they're still brutal. I mean, he actually caused an incompletion without even having good coverage this week because they knew the receiver knew he was going to get hit and looked to see where Stevenson was, and then ended up not catching the ball and still got hit by Stevenson. I was like,
yeah, Waldron called a great game too.
Yeah.
So it was all around better. Got a tougher Jacksonville team, believe it or not. They had their first win. They beat Indianapolis on Sunday. This is a game that I did pick Jacksonville to win because it was in London. But I might
change your mind.
I might change my way here. Yep.
Yeah, Jacksonville's not looking on it. be real. They did get a win. Who'd they beat? Was it
Indianapolis
Indy? Yeah.
with
so
Joe
division
Flacco
game.
too.
Yeah, division game.
Mhm.
I don't know. I mean, our defense is a hell of a lot better. I mean, we're a top 10 defense right now.
Yeah, right now we're 7th. I did look at the rankings.
We climbed back up. We fell back
Total.
to 10th.
Yeah,
Now we're
total
7th.
defense. Do you know who the number
Yeah.
one defense is? And you won't believe it.
Oh yeah, it's not who we think it is. I saw it the other day.
Tennessee Titans.
Yeah, the Titans. Yeah.
So that makes our win even better on week 1. Because we're like, what the fuck? What's going on here?
If you believe in such things, yeah. I know that I was surprised by that they're
very shocked.
defense right now. But something, I mean, look, in week 1 and 2 is always kind of a misnomer. Now we're starting to see what teams are. We're starting to get a sense of identities. They're starting to figure it out. Look at Baltimore. You want to talk about crazy game? That Baltimore game, King Henry. Guys, he's not paying off dividends for them. A game they should have lost. They tried to give it away, and King Henry says, "No, it's all right. Let me make this big run, get you down to 3, and just let Tucker field goal and go home." But Bears D is still playing consistently good ball. The offense is getting consistently better. Jacksonville, I don't have much faith in them as a football team. They
have two running backs, ETN and Bigsby. Bigsby is starting to pull ahead of ETN. They don't have, I believe they don't have Ridley anymore. So
he hosed them.
So
he legit hosed them.
We still got to hit Trevor Lawrence. He's a mobile quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna be interesting. This is their home away from home, but aren't we the home team?
We are the home team. This is week 1 of 2 for Jacks. That's a positive for us. They play next week, and they're playing 2 weeks back to back in London. Next week is their home game. They're doing an away and home. So for them, it's equal with us this week because they're traveling just like we did. They're getting adjusted just like we are. The team that gets in week 2 usually gets the better Jags team because they'll definitely have been more adjustment being there for 2 weeks. So there's no real advantage for them this week being in their home away from home because they got hit there when we did. I don't see the Bears losing this game. I think we'll be 4-2 going into the bye, which should set up a phenomenal Week 8 matchup in Washington.
Yeah, that's a trap game.
It could be a trap.
You know, and I know you're going to be there, Ken. But if Jaden Daniels beats out Caleb Williams, all these talks are going to come back again.
Yeah, I know, but it's a team game. It just depends on what they do individually, though, too. What they do control and what they don't control. I mean, look, if you're talking about the guy who went 1, the guy who went 2 in the draft, there shouldn't be, if scouts are doing their job and GMs are doing their job, the differences shouldn't be massive at this point. We'll see as we get 2-3 years in, is Daniel still performing at this level? Is Caleb performing at a high level? Because look at Bo Nix is looking great too, and he's in Denver. All 3 rookie quarterbacks won this week. That's gonna be a great game. I don't want to say if this were like a
breaking news.
What's up?
Breaking news. The Phillies are out of the playoffs. Thank you, New York Mets. Go ahead, Ken. Sorry.
The Mets. At least one New York team wins.
Thank God.
No, but I mean, I don't think it's a trap game because it's a bye week. If it wasn't,
I know. I know it's going to be. Who do you now? Here's the question: is there going to be more pressure on Caleb Williams because he's number 1 pick, or is it going to be Jaden Daniels because the Bears should have picked him. That's in my
you're
eyes,
talking
right?
for week 8.
Yes.
Actually, you know what? I don't think either of them feel the pressure. To be honest with you, I think
I think Jaden Daniels is going to be out and say, you know what, the Bears should have picked me number 1. He's going to play his fucking balls off.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe there could be some of that, but I think for both of them, they're just like, if my line is protecting me, I'm just going to do my thing, and I don't have to prove anything. I don't have to try to prove anything. I'm just going to do it. Like if Daniels comes out with that, well, I'm going to prove that you should have taken me number 1. I'm like, good, play like that, because that usually leads to mistakes. Because then he's going to try to force a play that he doesn't have to show why he should have been number 1, and he'll end up giving up a pick or 2 instead. You know what I mean? So if you look at the way these two have been playing, neither of them have been playing with that. I have to prove why I was drafted. They've both played pretty well within the confines of what their team has allowed them to do via the protection they've been given.
Yeah, but Caleb Williams has a lot more, remember.
What do you mean is a lot more?
Receivers, offensive.
He does. Well, yeah, I mean, they got Scary Terry. I mean, they don't have as much. Yeah, he doesn't have as much firepower. I mean, look, these are two guys who both won the Heisman. They're both Heisman winners. I mean, it'll be a good game.
One played in a tougher conference.
Yeah. One played with better receivers than the other.
Neighbors.
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels.
So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, that game is going to be something else. I mean, we got to get past Jacksonville first.
Yep.
You know, and luckily Jacksonville is not really they'll be impacted. I'm not going to say they're not going to be impacted. They're going to be impacted by the storm a little bit. It's not like they're going to catch the brunt or catch some other bands. So there might be some distraction with players worrying about their families at home.
Right.
But I don't think it's going to be a major distraction for the players for the Jags because they're not a direct hit. They're going to be they're going to catch a lot of rain. They'll catch the outer bands of a Cat 1, which is they're drinking beer and having parties. That's just how we roll in Florida, folks. Okay, look at some people on Twitter on X. Oh my God, you're making fun of Category 1. Okay, look at. I don't know if it's just because we're all Florida man down here, or we're desensitized to it. But if it's a Cat 1, people who've been in Florida for a while, we have things like hurricane snacks. Okay, yep. It's a thing. Hurricane snacks. We have hurricane parties. If it's a Cat 1, those things happen. If it's a Cat 2, they happen a little bit less, but they still happen. Jacksonville's going to catch the outer bands of what will be a Cat 1 by the time it gets there. Trust me, they're all sitting with their hurricane snacks right now, watching the Weather Channel because it's the most watched television station in Florida this time of year. And the guys for the Jags are probably watching too. They're not going to be out, so I don't think it'll be that big of a distraction. They're not going to see a lot of devastation in Jacksonville. In fact, if the thing curves like it should, yeah, they'll catch some outer bands, maybe some tropical storm type stuff at best. So I
just hope that a lot of rainfall and stuff like that with the beaches and stuff. There's no alligators that walk up the center streets and sharks swimming and stuff. We don't want to see Lake Placid or anything.
Okay, first off, because it's funny you bring this up every hurricane. So say, oh my God, there's a shark in. Like there's always this photo that comes of some guy's like house and his windows are like, are watertight, like an aquarium, and you can see the water levels like 4 feet, and his house is perfectly dry. And then someone will like Photoshop a shark in there. Dude, sharks don't come inland with the storm. They really don't. Now with the alligators and whatnot, the gators, they don't need the storm for that. You'll just see them walk down the street. Anyway, so yeah. You'd be amazed at how many people like try to pass off that there are sharks swimming down the street in Sarasota. Yeah. It's like, no, man, there are no sharks swimming down the street in Sarasota with the storm surge. Because the storm surge, it comes in and it'll go out a lot faster than it comes in.
Right.
Wow, it's up to about 4.5 feet where Cantoria is now in Charlotte Harbor, the storm surge. It's whipping through there too. Whew. Tampa's getting hit, but yeah, there would be no sharks. There are no sharks in the storm surge.
Okay, I always want to see a great white.
We do have great whites in the Gulf, though. We do.
Well,
In
we
fact,
just
get 'em up-
I think a couple years ago, well, Jody shit your pants. There was a shark seen at the Jersey Shore. It was in the fucking bay. I was like,
yeah,
what the
they come
hell?
up there because of the
I
cold
was like,
water.
damn. I was like, damn.
I'm up near Pensacola. We've had a Pensacola Beach, Navarre Beach, Destin. They've had great white. We've seen we get whale sharks up here, hammerheads every
Jamez.
year.
Jamez,
geez.
you know I love you, Jamez, but
Yeah.
I didn't hear you all fucking season so far until
No,
now.
I didn't hear them all season, but now they're 5-0. Oh my God,
Yeah.
Skull Vikings.
Which amazes me, and they're the surprise of the whole league. And you know, hats off to Minnesota. They're playing well all around, and proved me wrong.
I mean, look, we knew their defense would be good. We said it'd be good. It just depended if Dalton could be a game manager, and Dalton is definitely game managing well. Now they've lost their running back. It's some injury. I don't know if they'll be back. Don't they have the bye this week? They do. So they should be fine for week 7. Having the bye this week.
Nothing, pal. I don't rewind nothing because I know you were talking out your ass probably in the beginning of the season. Anyway, you were thinking I'm talking about my ass. They ain't gonna really happen.
He thought they were getting like 5. Jamez was thinking they were getting 5 or 6 wins.
I think he's sleeping with Jamela. That's what his fucking problem is.
That could be it.
Yep.
And Jamez, I guess it's all downhill for you now. They already got the amount of wins you said they'd get this year, so I guess they're going to go on an epic losing streak. Was a 12-game losing streak?
Well, I didn't hear you on here, pal. Not one time. This is the first time you've been on this show all season. I haven't seen you comment nothing.
Yeah, we don't know what you're talking about. Hey, real quick for those of you watching on X, and there's quite a few of you this evening. Your comments, if you want to be part of the show, do come through. You got to click into it. Like, click into the video in the little box. There'll be a little dialogue box. It'll show up on the right. And then you can type in your comments, whatever you want to say, and they'll pop up because I've been connected with quite a few Bear fans on X. So if you want to be part of the show, give us your feedback, what you think is going to happen this week in London with the Bears, what you think of the Bears season altogether, how much of a homer do you think Jamez is there talking about the Vikings right now? Any of those things are fair game. So feel free to leave your comments. The comment function is working on X now. It's a little tricky at first, but you can get into it. We don't get, I don't like that I still don't like that we don't get conference game or division games until week 11.
Week 11. Yep.
I'm
6 out of 8. 6 of the
8
weeks, last weeks. Yeah, that's all division.
Yeah, it's basically, well, in the last 8 weeks, we get the NFC North for 6 and the NFC West for 2. Because we get the Keebler Elf and we get everyone but Kittle. We get the 49ers and we get the Cardinals in that back stretch with the rest of the NFC North.
The Cardinals aren't going to be an easy game either.
No, the Keebler Elf.
Marvin Harrison Jr. is he's for real, fellas. He's for real.
He's legit. We knew he was going to be legit. A lot of us wanted that.
I was watching the highlights of that game, and when Kyler Murray ran for that touchdown, it was so great. He wasn't even past the second level yet, and he pointed to the end zone. It was fucking great.
Yeah, I saw that. That was epic. He knew. He's like, I'm out. See ya.
No one's catching him anyway. Yep.
Yeah. Deuces, I'm so small, you'll just fly right over me anyways. Jesus. But that was just
a lot of surprises. I mean, every week there's surprises. And that's
last week, did you see NFL record last week? For the first time in NFL history, there were 2 100-plus yard returns via a defensive touchdown, via interception or fumble. and they both happened within 8 minutes of each other.
Yep.
Ridiculous. And then New York gets a blocked field goal for a score on top of that.
Yep. And I was watching a replay of that, and he jumped perfectly in between. But if you take a look at the long snapper or the center, he was on the ground. So I'm wondering if he would have made it if he was standing.
Good question. I don't know. That's a good question. Hey, real quick, I want to promo tomorrow's show real quick. I usually don't promo the morning show, but we have a special guest tomorrow, which will impact the Bears. Gabe Valiamont. She is actually running for Congress in my district against my current Congressman Matt Gaetz. This will be non-political in nature. Me and her were sparring on a political post on X, and then she happened to watch the morning show. We were talking about Tua, and she said, "Hey, my background is in this, is in the injuries." So she did. She's all about talking football concussion protocols. She did her master's at Troy University and worked at Emory Sports Medicine in Atlanta before she came to my area here in Orlando. She moved here in 2014, so she's worked with this with CTE, sports related concussions, and the concussion protocols for the NFL. We're going to have her on Ken and Ken in the morning tomorrow. This will be a non-political, of course, even though she's running for Congress. This will be a non-political visit for her because we were talking about Brisker, or as Rob Haspels likes to call him, brisket. Why didn't they call that during the game? Why did they wait for so long till basically Monday to make that? So I just want to promo that real quick. She'll be on Friday morning. I'm sorry, Friday morning she'll be on, not tomorrow morning. Friday morning she'll be on talking about CTE and the protocols that the NFL uses for concussion. So hopefully we won't get any concussions Thursday night, but if we do, we'll have something to talk about. And hopefully we don't get any more concussions for the Bears. Brisker's the first of the season, thankfully. Woody, we've been pretty injury. Well, I don't want to say we've been injury free, but we've been injury light. Would that be a good way of putting it?
Yeah, it's the same. Tevin Jenkins. That's pretty about it. And Brisker, not too many.
Jenkins was playing beastly before you went out of the game.
Yep.
He had 0 pressures allowed in that game.
I think they said on the I don't know if it's PFF. He was 3rd in the league for offensive linemen last Sunday.
Man. That's something. When he's healthy, we can just keep that dude healthy. This offensive line, and I think they started to get they got the group now. I think they've got the group now. And okay, so real quick, Hurricane Milton has just made landfall as a Category 3, 120 mile per hour sustained winds is the official. So it is here. Milton has just made landfall as a Cat 3, which is good because a lot of people, we thought it was going to be a Cat 4, especially yesterday when it was a Cat 5, not once but twice. It severely weakened down. It's still a very strong Cat 3.
120 mile per hour winds is strong.
Yeah, it is. I had a Cat 2 go across my house, and it was 109, 110 miles an hour. And I was on something like this. I was on Zoom doing a class. My students could hear it and like, what's all that noise outside? Oh, it's just a Cat 2 hurricane. Next slide, please. But I've been in Cat 2s. That's a Cat 3. You worry about a Cat 3, but it has made landfall in the Tampa area. So now it's when it's going to get it. Now it's going to get real for a couple people.
Prayers sent out down there. My sister, hopefully she's safe, and my father-in-law as well.
Yeah, on X, some guys been following Steve S. Meat, potatoes, and he's tracking those all prior service guys as well. Getting updates from them throughout the day too in the storm. It just makes progression. Hope you guys are all safe and everyone else in that area that's watching on X or any other platform. But most of the viewers tonight are on X. So I hope you guys are doing well. It has made landfall, so the north side is going to get interesting. It looks like it made landfall just south or in Siesta Key. Siesta Key is such a nice area. It made landfall in Siesta Key, so just not south of the city proper, north of Fort Myers, not too far from Clearwater. Clearwater Largo is actually a little bit north of landfall. That's a beautiful area up there too. They're going to be. I think they might be okay. They've got 30-mile-per-hour sustained winds right now. 52-mile-per-hour gust Woody for your family there. So they're okay. Looks like they're okay. But they're going to get some.
Yeah, Mulberry's close to Lakeland, and Jody's dad lives in Clearwater.
Lakeland is going to probably take a direct hit as a Cat 1. So even if he's in a trailer, he'll be fine.
Well, he's in Clearwater.
The trailer's in Clearwater? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. My sister's in Mulberry, Lakeland.
Okay. So she'll be fine. Father-in-law in Clearwater, actually. Well, you said he went to a hotel, so he'll be safe.
Better structure.
Right now. What really made it worse today, 18 tornadoes have touched down in Florida due to the hurricane today. And they've done the bulk of the damage so far. Now it's made landfall now. 18.
Today?
Was it day? In Port St. Lucie, which is on the Atlantic side. Okay, just north of Miami. Their police department, their covered parking area got destroyed by a tornado today. And that's on the whole other side of the state. This hurricane's been a little strange. 18 tornadoes. See, what a lot of people don't understand about Tampa. Tampa gets a lot of hurricanes. Like Lakeland has as you might know, has a big air show every year. And I want to say about 6-7 years ago, the air show got destroyed by a tornado. They get tornadoes between Tampa and Lakeland. It's like Tornado Alley in Florida. And this is the first direct hit this part of the state has taken since 1972. So I'm not surprised, actually, that there's a lot of tornadoes with this storm here tonight. But it has made landfall, so if you're watching, please be safe. Drop me a line on X. Let me know that you're okay. If you can make a comment here in the show, let us know you're okay.
Don't tweet me, X me.
Yeah, X me. But all right, Woody. Well, we got 17 minutes or so. What are you really looking for in this game Sunday? Because we're not going to do the morning show because the game's at 8:30, right? 8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern. So we're not going to do pregame. What are you looking for in this game on Sunday in London?
Keep that Jacksonville. I mean, a little bit of weak defensive line, so hopefully our offensive line gets another break, keeps the holes going. You got to keep that running game going. Swift's having remarkable last 2 weeks. Roshan Johnson as well. And you set up the run, then you set up the. I want to see more play action plays called to set up the with the runs and stuff like that, do the play action, just confuse the defense a little bit more. But our defense, Trevor Lawrence is a mobile quarterback. We got to, keep doing. We had another 4 sacks on Sunday. So we got to keep that going.
Yeah, I want to see more play action. And I want to see some designed runs for Caleb just to really mess with teams because Caleb, yes, he's a pocket passer, pocket quarterback, but he has the ability, and we saw him exercise that ability a little bit last weekend. I wouldn't mind throwing just to throw teams off a little bit, add another wrinkle. I think he's developed enough where you can add that wrinkle, and he'll be fine. And it's just going to make it harder for a team like Washington to prepare for us in 2 weeks. I want to see the play action, the RPO, more of that. I want to see, and look, what I really love about this offense versus Getsy's offense is we're pushing the ball 15, 20 yards on throws, right? We're not doing, it's not all 3, 4, 5 yard dumps. He's pushing the ball. I want to see them continue to push the ball offensively and keep taking those steps forward, because by the time we get to week 11, we need to be hitting on all cylinders once we start hitting the division game. This is another opportunity for us to get right coming into what will be a tough game post-bye. I want to see the defense really get after, Lawrence. I want Lawrence to have like a quarterback rating of 40. I mean, they just need to be on him. Pressure from the interior, especially with Dexter and Billings. I want to see some more exotic blitzes. We've
been doing our what I like about the defensive line. They've been doing some more stunts as well.
Yep. But we haven't been showing too many exotic blitzes either. I wouldn't mind seeing a couple of them thrown in. I'm looking for just an improvement on both sides of the ball. Not that the defense needs to improve much, but once again, I just want to continue to see more pressure, because last year we had no pressure. Dave says at 98. Oh, hey, Yoli, how you doing?
Hey, Yoli.
Yeah, Jade's Bears Central, and you can be a Lions fan. That's okay. Jeremy's on next. Real quick. Dave, 98, I live in Kissimmee, and a tornado killed 12 of my neighbors with it. Yeah, dude, Kissimmee gets tornadoes, man. People do not understand that. They think, oh, tornadoes, that's Tornado Alley in the Midwest. Well, that's Tornado Alley for Florida. So, 18 of them today. Whew. But yeah, I want to see improvement on both sides of the ball, Woody.
Yep. I'm surprised Florida still has a state after 18 tornadoes.
We're a pretty resilient state, man. Like I said, we throw parties for Cat 1 hurricanes, okay?
I'm asking. I'm watching it right now. Yeah, Tampa's getting.
They're getting beat up. They are getting beat up. And Tampa, the way the city is designed, like even when they catch outer bands, they flood. They just have bad drainage in Tampa. It's not like Miami, Orlando, Jacksonville, some of these other cities which are more designed to, take hurricanes. Tampa really is not, because like they don't get hit much. I mean, like 1972 was their last direct hit. So 52 years ago. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty bad. They're gonna have some flooding there. I have a video one of my employees shared with me of a huge tornado that went by their house. Yeah, there were some big ones today. I've seen a few of the videos, man.
Jesus.
So what's your prediction for Caleb this week and the offense? So what do you think it's gonna look like?
Caleb had 304 yards, 2 touchdowns last week.
Yep.
I say he has another big game with Tampa's defense, or not Tampa, Jacksonville's defense. I say he hits. I'm just going to go in the middle. I'm going to say 275, 2 touchdowns again on Sunday.
I want to see him have a breakout game.
What, like a 505 Kirk Cousins?
No, nothing that big. When was the last time the Bears had a 400-yard passer in a game? Has that even ever happened as a Bear?
I don't know. Did Jay Cutler ever do that?
I don't think Jay did. I don't think there's ever been Bear. Let me look it up.
A friend of mine I went to high school has been posting every couple of hours.
Here we go. The Bears did it November 14th of 1999. I don't even know who the quarterback was. Most passing yards. Johnny Lujak in 1949 threw for 468 yards.
I'm sorry to hear that, Yoli. Prayer sent to you.
What you say? I don't see it.
She lost her goddaughter 2 weeks ago.
Oh, so sorry to hear that, Jolie. That's terrible.
Sid Luckman, thank you, Jay. 433 yards. So that was in the 1920s.
Yeah, Lou Jack did it in the 40s. My chat is not coming up.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not coming up for me on the screen. Okay, that's weird.
I still don't see him going 4,000 yards this year because of those first couple of games.
Actually, he's on track to. He's still on track to. I want to see him get close to 400 yards. I want to see at least 3 touchdowns by air, with one of them going to Keenan Allen. And I want to see Roshan's 2 touchdowns. Man. He's a touchdown machine. I expect the Bears to win big. I expect them to come out and have a dominating performance. That's what I'm expecting.
Oh, God, Mahomes. Get the fuck. Patrick Mahomes is at the Royals game because he owns a 1% stock of it.
Hey, Mahomes is smart with his money, man. He owns part of the Royals. He owns a soccer team with his wife.
You think he'd get a haircut by now?
You think? Yeah. You think? Travis just is going to marry into his retirement plan.
Yes. I thought he had Patrick Mahomes would have enough money he can get his brother out of jail. I want to see him dancing again.
God.
Stupid fuck.
Yeah, I expect a big game out of Caleb. I expect the defense with at least 3 turnovers. I think that's a pretty good number. 3 turnovers.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence has been throwing some interceptions this year. So this is clearly the best defense that he went against this year so far.
Yep.
So got to keep it up now.
No, no Brisker.
Yeah, no Brisker. So we'll see who gets picked on.
Yeah. Well, we know he's going to get picked on.
Because I'm thinking, Jay, 2.5 points, usually 3 points to the home team, but it's really neutral field, and Jacksonville has played there before, so that's my.
Well, the Bears. Well, yeah, I don't know how many of these. Yeah, I don't know how many of these players were on the roster last time they went to London.
Oh, I don't know. Trevor Lawrence, 6 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. What on Sunday? Or is that his?
Is that for the season?
I thought he had more than 2 interceptions. I'll check that out now.
Oh, this tornado talk. Okay, so David, you're down here in Florida. That's Lawrence for the season. 6 TDs, 2 interceptions, and 1,100 yards.
Yeah, I thought.
I hope you guys are staying. I hope you guys are staying safe there, David. Hopefully the worst of it's done for you guys, because you should be able to, depending where you were for the tornadoes, but most of them were outside of the actual storm path. Yeah, dude, there's some massive tornadoes. Just like get on X or Google them. I mean, there are 18 of them today here in Florida. Yeah, the peninsula is taking fire basically from I-4 corridor south. Jacksonville isn't fine. Up here in the Panhandle is gorgeous today. They're showing Jim Katoria again, where he's at now. It's about 4.5 feet storm surge in Charlotte Harbor already. In Charlotte Harbor, he's in a parking garage that was built to take this. So the first level isn't flooded yet, but it's getting there. And Woody, there are no sharks in it. I don't see any sharks.
I don't know. I'm watching Haley Meyer right now. I'm looking for sharks, but there is no. It looks like the roads are wet.
Yeah, Jay. I'm in Florida. I've lived in Jacksonville, Orlando, and now I'm up in the Panhandle. The Army brought me up here, and I retired here. I wasn't retired in Central Florida. Actually, I was going to retire. If I retired down in Central Florida, we were going to move to the Gulf side. So basically right where the hurricane's hitting right now is the area we were looking at. But right now I'm up in the Pensacola area. So like Sally hit me direct. The eye wall for Sally was over my house a couple years back. Michael was just on the road for me when it came as a Cat 5. So I'm no, thank you. Yeah, we're used to hurricanes down here, man. This one, because of where location is and the strength, I think all of us are a little more worried than normal for Florida. Because normally like a Cat 1 or Cat 2 is like whatever, but even if it's a Cat 2 in Tampa, that's like a Cat 3 anywhere else. Oh, yeah. What? Oh, yeah. So you went from Hey, here's the nice thing though for you, Jay. You don't know. I've been through earthquakes in California, and you just don't know when they're going to happen. At least with a hurricane, you see it coming. You can get out of town. I have a lot of people who got out of Dodge in Tampa, so you usually get a couple days to get out of Dodge. So at least now you get to get out of Dodge before the ground opens up and
Oh yeah, there's a reporter reporting from Tampa, and then there's one in Daytona.
Yeah, Daytona's going to catch a Cat 1 by the time it gets there. And it'll go back out over the Atlantic. And it's supposed to just go off in the Atlantic. Hopefully it doesn't do a crazy left turn and decide to ride the coast, as they sometimes do, in which case Jay will get hit in Georgia. And Georgia and North Carolina don't need another hit. Yeah, the last one was the armpit doesn't get hit. That path it took was kind of, I've never seen that path taken for a hurricane, really. That one was an interesting path that hurricane took. And this hurricane's being strange too. It's kind of weird. It's doing some strange things like all the tornadoes and everything. Okay, yep, I know all those areas, David. Yeah, St. Pete, Kissimmee. My wife lived in Kissimmee for 18 years. St. Cloud, yep. Apopka, yep. Well, guys, we're going to be out of here. The Bears are on, though, at 8:30 in the morning Central Standard Time on Sunday, 9:30 on the East Coast. If you're with Mike the Bear Fan, the feed will be up and running. If not, get with Mike the Bear Fan. He can get you into the feed to watch. We will not have our show Sunday because we've been watching football. If the game ends in time, we might pop on. If it ends before noon, maybe we'll pop on to a post game. But otherwise, we won't be back until next Wednesday night at this time. Also, don't forget on Friday morning on Ken and Ken in the Morning, Gabe Belmont will be on, and she'll be talking about the concussion protocols and CTE. Oh, yes, and we need score prediction before we go. You got a score prediction?
Yeah, I know. In the beginning of the year, I said Jacksonville would win this game. But I said I'm gonna, switch it around a little bit. Hopefully our offensive line keeps it up and our defense is stellar again. I'm gonna say 27-19 Chicago.
I'm gonna homer out, and I'm gonna say 38.
Woo.
17 Chicago. Yeah, I'm homering out. Yeah, that's my homer take for the season. I just want Caleb to have a breakout game because that's just going to make week 8 just be insane. Yeah, so that's where we're at. We'll see you guys back here Wednesday. Don't get Ken and Ken in the morning tomorrow, and Friday we'll have a special guest talking about CTE and the concussion protocol for the NFL. She's worked with it before. And everyone have a safe day. If you're in Florida, be safe tonight.
And,
I'll be on.
Once again, prayers everybody in Florida. Be safe, take cover, and watch for the sharks. That's all I gotta say.
And you can find me at Ken the Bear Fan on X. Let me know you guys are okay. My brothers and sisters in the southern part of the state. Everyone be safe tonight. Jeremy B in the roundtable is up next. We'll see you guys all later. Have a great night.
Bear down.
Broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.